Oh, hello, I'm Jen Berger. I'm with the American Parkinson's Disease Association. I'm here in St. Louis, and we are so happy that you are here. You do not need weights today. So for those of us in the room and those of you online, you do not need weights today. We are multitasking. All right, don't turn off your computer. I promise it will not be as... You coming back, Jeffrey? Oh, man. Just had a guy walk in that just did my class before. I thought maybe he was doing double duty. I do actually have some friends in here that do double duty. So let's see, no weights today. You do need water. You do need a chair. This is a standing class, but we are going to do some exercises throughout the class that are seated exercises to work that core. So you will need a chair. All right. I think I covered it all. Ooh, your hair looks pretty today. You look fancy. All right. Are we ready? Give yourself a little bit of room. We're going to get this party started with some big stretches. 2 deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. We'll do that 5 count that we've been doing to really focus on that slow inhale and then that slow exhale. All right, let's go. In through the nose for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Exhale out nice and slow. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. One more. Let's go. In through the nose for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Exhale out. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Standing with those feet hip width apart. Let's start with some big shoulder rolls back here. Just getting those bodies warmed up. Eskimo Joe's. What's Eskimo Joe's? If I don't know, I don't know. They know, so I would know what Eskimo Joe's is. It makes me think of like an ice cream store or something. Okay, so I'm going to Google Eskimo Joe's in Stillwater, Oklahoma when I leave here. Okay. Oh, is it a bar? Grill? All right, let's shake those arms out, rotate those wrists. I think I may need to go to Eskimo Joe's next time I'm in Stillwater, Oklahoma. Okay, all right. Anybody from Stillwater? Anybody online from Stillwater, Oklahoma? If not, go get the cheese fries at Eskimo Joe's. Look at that. All right, what am I doing now, Nancy? We're going to go ahead and take that head and turn it from side to side right here. Side to side. Really working through big rotation through that head and neck. Again, just getting those bodies nice and warmed up. One more each side here. And then we'll come back to center. Now let's go chin to chest here and then all the way back. Just making sure those bodies are nice and warmed up, getting ready for the work that we're going to do today. I just realized I didn't move my cheat sheet. I'm going to have to. One more, all the way back and all the way forward. All right, let's continue on that body. Let's do some push and pulls. Hinging at that waist, reach for each other, nice and big, 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 and then take it back and pull, push and pull. Keep going. Give me 5 of those. Push, pull, stretch out that chest, push, and pull, push, and pull. Is that 3? Push, and pull. Last one here, push, long arms out, and pull. Let's put those hands on those hips right here. Rotating through that waist, working that range of motion through that midsection now, side to side. Let's go right here. Nice and slow. Just warming up those bodies. Go ahead and do one more each side. Center, other side. And center, hands on those hips. We're just going to start tapping through those heels. Just want to make sure those bodies are nice and warmed up. Or those legs are nice and warmed up. All right, add some big arm swings here. Continue that range of motion movement through those shoulders. All right, so here's the dealio. Multitasking exercises. We're going to take a move and we're going to add to it 2 times. We're going to work some hand dexterity. No weights, just doing something different with our arms and different with our legs. Helps that balance. Great exercise for our cognition as well. We'll also get that heart rate up a little bit. Lots of things to do today. All right, let's go ahead and march it out right here, last minute. I'm going to ask that you pick up that pace just a little bit so we get that heart rate up a little bit. I just want that heart muscle to know we're going to do some work with it as well. Let's see, 4 sets, 4 combos. Do some abs in between. Get excited. Now on these exercises, remember, you can make this as big or little as you want, right? When we get to those combos, you can speed it up, increase that intensity for you a little bit. You can slow it down. We can always modify by doing it in the chair. If at any point in time you need to have a seat, I'll modify for you. Give me about 20 more seconds on this, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Everybody pick up that pace for me just a little bit here. This march is kind of actually where we're going to start our first round. Here we go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. There's water in the back of the room if anybody needs it. Otherwise, at home, make sure you have water. We'll take some water breaks. 3 parts to each exercise. First one's going to be real simple. You're going to think, oh, I'm so glad I showed up today, right? Because it's going to be so easy. And then we're going to add a little bit to it, all right? So the first exercise that we're going to come to is we're just going to take it back to that march we just did, but we're just going to do those legs. So it just looks like this. Seated or standing, you're just going to bring those knees up, just like that. All right? So the first part of every combo will last about 30 seconds. And this is where you think, man, I'm so glad I came today. Pulling those knees up, using the center of that body to get those knees up nice and high. Big knees. Again, you can do this seated or standing. Key is just to get those legs up nice and high. About 10 more seconds left on these. And then we'll add the second piece to this combo. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, second part. We're going to take it back to those march, but we're going to add front arm circles. So we're going to add front arm circles here with those high knees. Give yourself a little bit of room. There's lots of room to spread out. Make sure those arms are nice and straight out. So start with those knees right here, and we're going to add those arm circles right here, 45 seconds. So key on this is to really keep those knees up, those arm circles nice and big. Right here. Every time we add a piece to it, we're going to add just a little bit of duration. So we'll do this set for 45 seconds right here. I will tell you we're going to work those shoulders today. So we'll take some time to shake them out in between rounds. We're already over halfway done. Pulling those knees up. You'll feel that heart rate get up a little bit as we add those arms to those legs. Listen to those bodies. 10 seconds left here. Big arm circles for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Let that heart rate come down a little bit. Remember those breaths that we did in the beginning. You all know that. In through the nose, out through the mouth will help that heart rate come down a little bit. Shake out those arms because we got one more add on here. All right? We're going to add some hand dexterity. So we're going to add some closed and open fists. All right? Closed and open fist, just as important as any other part of this exercise. Are you ready? We're going to start with those knees right here. We're adding those arm circles. And then we're going to add the closed and open fist. Let's go. Closed and open. Closed and open. Closed and open. Now make those tight fists, big fingers. Tight fists, big fingers. You got it right here. This is where we're going to finish off this combo. Get an opportunity to do each of these full rounds twice. Stick with me here. We're halfway through, 30 seconds. Tight fists, big wide fingers. Tight fists, wide fingers. Stick with me here. 15 seconds left. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Holy cannoli, shake out those shoulders. Shake out those shoulders. Now here's the deal. Before we repeat that, we're going to do our ab set in the chair. That's the good news. So when you're ready, have a seat. Let the heart rate come down a little bit. But everybody, seated or standing people, are going to have a seat for this next exercise. 3 rounds every time we come to our ab exercise. Do it for 30 seconds. We'll shake it out, and then we'll repeat it 2 times. Edge of our seat, feet hip width apart right underneath those knees. We're just going to cross those arms over our chest. We're just going to do those seated crunches. Keeping those feet on the ground, we're just going to lean back until we almost touch the back of that chair. If you can tap that chair, more power to you. And then we're going to tighten those tummies and pull it up. 30 seconds. Let's go right here. You want to make this a little bit more challenging. As you go back, hold it. And then pull it up. Go down further. All right, so I got a friend here named Jim, and he is saying that another way to make it challenging is you can come forward a little bit more and then back. That also increases that range of motion in that midsection, so that's always a bonus. You people online and in my room here know how strongly I feel about increasing range of motion. Let's do one more here. And then up, shake out those arms. Sit up nice and tall for me. A great way to stretch out those abs is just to elongate those muscles by sitting up nice and tall. I love it. Linda's already getting nice and warmed up here. I like it. Sitting up nice and tall, arms around that chest. 2 sets. Let's go 2 more sets. Let's go. Back and up. All the way back and up. Good job. Keeping those tummies nice and tight. Focus on those muscles that we're working. And in this particular instance, it's those ab muscles. Center of that body, that foundation of that strength that comes from it. Let's everybody do one more here. And up. Stretch it out. We have one more round of those. One more round. Every time we get there, we'll show up. Every time we show up to an exercise, we'll do it 3 times. Then we get to do that combo one more time. All right. You're like, quit talking, Jen. We don't care. Just tell us what to do, right? All right, here we go. Hands on those chests. Let's go. 30 seconds. And up. And up. I want everybody to do something with me real quick. I want you to lean back, and I want you to hold, and I want you to tighten those tummies. And then come back up. That's where that strength comes from. All right? All the way back and up. Let's do 2 more here. Back and up. Last one here, all the way back and up. Great work. Stand it up nice and slowly. We're going to repeat that combo that we just did. Remember, I said we get to do that combo 2 times. So move that chair, or you move away from your chair. I'll move mine out of the way. We're going to go back to that march, arm circles, and hands closed and open. Then we'll take a break. All right? All right, let's get those knees in. 1 minute of hard work. Let's add those arms. And those hands go closed and open. Closed and open. Closed and open. Nice work. Closed and open. 3 parts to each exercise. We got the high knees, we got the big arm circles, and then we're working that hand dexterity. Already halfway done. Less than 30 seconds to go right here, and then we'll take our first break. Stick with me right here. Closed, open. Closed, open, closed, open. Keep with me here. Last 10. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake out those shoulders. Grab a drink. There's waters in the back if you need them. If you're at home, take a second to grab a drink of water. All right. We're going to go into our second set. All right, don't get too comfy in that chair. We're going to go ahead and stand it up for our second exercise. All right. All right, standing with those feet hip width apart. Jim, I'm going to give you a modification unless you want to do this. We're going to do some squats. You want to do it with us? Okay. All right. So feet hip width apart. We're just going to start with squats, 30 seconds, super easy. All right. Let's go right here. Just sitting back into it and then pulling yourself back up. This is it. This is the beginning. Sitting back into it. You determine how deep you want to go into that squat. Obviously, the lower you get, the more challenging it is. Nice and slow here. Let's go 2 more here before we add our second piece. 2 and 1. Shake those legs out a little bit. Second piece is we're going to add a front raise. Linda was actually kind of almost doing it. We're going to keep those arms straight, and as we squat, we're just going to add those arms right out in front and then come right back down. So a straight front raise just up to shoulder height with that squat. All right, 45 seconds. Let's go right here. Getting a little bit more shoulder work in there. Adding some arms and legs is going to get that heart rate up a little bit. So we'll work that cardio piece. That muscle, that heart is a muscle we got to work too, right? The way we can do that is by getting that heart rate up. Challenging it up and then challenging it right back down. 15 seconds left here. Y'all look good. Stick with me here. Try to keep those arms straight. 3, 2, and 1. All right, stand up, shake those legs out. It's amazing when you add legs, you forget about all that shoulder work you just did, right? All right. Third piece to this puzzle, we're going to add some more hand dexterity. You're going to pretend like you dipped your hands in a bucket of water, and you're going to put that water right off those fingers. All right, so it just looks like this. All right, so we're coming in that squat, front raise with that finger flick. All right, 1 minute. Let's go. Again, great hand dexterity exercise. And we practice that hand dexterity because sometimes we have a tendency to get some stiffness, maybe a little bit of lack of mobility in those hands. This is a great way to counteract that a little bit by really working those muscles and joints just like we do everything else. All right, flick that water off. Come on. 30 seconds left. Come on. Working hard over there, Jim. I like it. Stick with me. Finger flicks with that squat and raise. Let's go. Feeling that heart rate get up a little bit. 20 seconds left. Let's go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Walk it out. Shake those legs out. Let that heart rate come down just a tiny bit before you plop in that chair, but we're going to plop in that chair because we're going to go back to our second set of those ab exercises. Great way to let that heart rate come down is just to walk it out a little bit. We're not in any hurry here. You can walk it out a little bit, practice those breaths. All right, so conditioning that heart means bringing that heart rate up and slowly bringing that heart rate back down. All right, grab those drinks, not those drinks. You got me on Eskimo Joe's over there. Not your drinks. Grab your chair. We're going to go to our second set of ab exercises here. We're going to start with those bums right on the edge of those seats again with those feet hip width apart right in front of you. Do some seated bicycles. So that's where we kind of tickle those earlobes with those fingertips. Just come across that body and meet that elbow to that opposite knee. What I don't want you to do is this, right? So let's try to keep those chests open and just guide that elbow to that knee or that knee up to that opposite elbow and then to the other side. All right, so reason I say tickle those earlobes, I just don't want you pulling on your neck. All right, so here we go, 30 seconds, let's go. Again, work in the center of that body. Think about everything you do throughout the day where that strength in that core is helpful. So many things, gosh, almost everything we do throughout the day. So 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. I'm not going to call out Jim, but I am going to call out Jim and just let him know that you can head out at any time. He just did my last class, and he's coming back for yoga. So I don't want him to feel like you're good? Okay. Okay. All right. No. You look fantastic. I just want you to know that I'm not. You can do whatever you want. 3 hours of workout in a day is a lot, right, y'all? All right, we ready? We're going to go back to round 2 of those. All right, tickle those earlobes with those fingertips. Let's go right here. I told Jim, and I know Carla and Diana know too. Merle, there's a bunch of people that have done both classes, but isn't going to mean anything to you people at home. But those of you that are in my actual room here, if you do come to my class before this, and then you want to come to the second class, you don't have to stay through the whole thing. You can say, you can, I'd love for you to. But it's an open door policy. You come and go as you feel comfortable. One more, and down, shake it out a little bit. We only have one more round of those. And it gets a little toasty in here, doesn't it? Get a little toasty in here. All right, are we ready? We have one more round of those, and then we're going to go into our second round of combos. All right, here we go. Stick with me. Y'all are doing a great job. Let's go. 30 seconds right here. Twisting at that waist. Less than 10. 3, 2, and 1. All right, we got to get through that combo one more time, the one that we just did. So go ahead and stand up. Remember, before our break, we got to get through second round of that combo. That was that squat with those front raises and those finger flicks. All right, 1 minute of work, and then we'll grab a break. Feet hip width apart, sit back into that squat. Let's go right here. Flicking that water off those fingertips, sitting back into that squat with that front raise. You guys look good. Stick with me here. We get our second break right after this. Less than 30 seconds to go right here. Stick with me. 15. Without that music, you can hear us all huffing and puffing in here. Here we go. Let's go. 2 more. 2 and 1. Great work. Grab a drink. Grab a drink. I'm just going to come back and turn this fan on real quick. Go ahead and grab a drink. All right. Nice work, friends. 2 more rounds. 2 more multitasking combos. All right. On this next one, we're going to be doing some side-to-side work. So just make sure you have some space on either side of your chair. Pay attention to the person sitting next to you. Because we're going big side steps on this other one. Those of you seated, you can just go ahead and give me side steps like this, up and over, just like that, seated. All right. Those of us standing are going to actually do big side steps right here, working that hip mobility. So make sure you have room. When you're ready, stand up. Let's go. As we're taking drinks, as we're putting coats down and water bottles, just make sure you're aware of where everything is in your space. All right, big side steps, 30 seconds. We're just going to start out nice and slow right here. Focusing on really opening up those hips. Stepping from side to side. Big step out, big step out. All right, couple more seconds here. For 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're going to work some torso rotation. We're going to reach across that body. So what we're going to do is we're going to step and reach. Step and reach. All right, just like that. That's the second part of this combo, 45 seconds. Step and reach. Big rotation through that midsection. Let's go right here. Step and reach. Step and reach. Good job. So we're really focusing on big steps, right? So we're working that hip mobility. We're also working on big rotations through that midsection, big torso rotation. Again, working that mobility through that midsection of that body. Big twist, big twist. Good job. Halfway done. Less than 10. Big step, big reach. I want you to twist and reach. Follow those fingertips with those eyes. For 3, 2, and 1. All right. Your surroundings. Sometimes that twisting can make us a little dizzy. Let's figure out where we are here. All right. Last hand dexterity movement that we're going to do here are duck quacks. I know you don't, I'm not going to make you quack, I promise. But this is what we're going to, this is, if you want to quack, you can. All right, but no quacks needed. All right, because what we're going to do is we're going to step, and as we reach, we're going to quack those fingers. All right, we're going to come back, quack, quack, just like that. All right. And like I said, no judgment free here, judgment free zone. Quack if you want. All right, it's my party, and I'll quack if I want to. Right, Jim? All right, we ready? All right, step, reach, quack. Let's go. There we go. There you go. I like it. Surely there's some kind of big voice component to this that, if nothing else, it makes you happy, right? Now, are you quacking? You're quacking with your mouth. Are you quacking with your hands? Big step. There we go. I didn't realize we had so many quackers in this place. Here we go. Stick with me. Less than 30. We are a little quacked here. There is no doubt about that. Stick with me. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo, look at that. Let that heart rate come down because we're going to go back in that seat for our third set of abs. All right. All quackers, yes. Make sure all you quackers have signed in for this class. All right, go ahead and find that seat. Going back to that ab exercise, 3 rounds, and then we'll go back to quacking. I almost said 3 rounds. All right, we're going to do a double knee lift. So edge of your seat. We're just going to raise those knees. I'll show you a modification. We're sitting up nice and tall. Nice and slow, we're going to raise those knees up, and then we're going to slowly lower them. Strength comes from the center of that body. Modification is just do one leg at a time. All right, 30 seconds of work. Let's go. Slow up and slow down. Fight that gravity on the way down. That's where the hard work is right here, lowering those legs. Nice work. Up and slowly lower. If we're going to show up on a foggy Tuesday morning to work out, we at least have to have a good time, right? Laugh at ourselves, right? Up. You haven't even seen the best part yet. Wait till you get to the last combo. Jim, you can't leave now before we get to our last combo. I'm just kidding. You leave. I'll fill you in next week. Yes, you could do that too. Yes, absolutely. 2 more up and lower. Last one up. That was a lot longer than 30 seconds. We got a bonus. Go ahead and stretch it out. How do we stretch those abs out? Sit up nice and tall. Stretch those muscles out. All right. Great way to work on that posture too. Really pulling those shoulders back, opening up those chests. Absolutely. Yes. Pam here said she did it hard on her wrists to kind of support herself this way. So she's supporting herself this way. I mean, you can do it truthfully without supporting yourself at all. It's just not quite, it kind of hard to stabilize yourself doing it that way. All right, we ready? Second round. Let's go. Knees up. Slowly lower. Higher those knees go, the more challenging it is. The longer you hold them up and slower you go down, the more challenging it is. Everybody's going to be at different levels here. You do what works for you. Do you need to modify? Can you challenge? What does that look like? Does it? It is definitely. I do agree. Carl here said that it feels harder on his quads than it does on his legs. And that is definitely, you definitely use those muscles to pull you up. And relax. Was that round 2, y'all? That was round 2. Okay. All right, one more round, and then we're getting up for one last round of that quacking. Sorry, Diana, we got to do it. Cheese and crackers. All right, we ready? Let's go. You can't say cheese and crackers at 11:30. I'm hungry, Carl. I'll be thinking about cheese and crackers now. Sometimes this can pull on your lower back. If you feel like it's bothering your lower back at all, just don't pull those legs up quite as high. Decrease that range of motion. As that middle part of your body starts to fatigue, we'll start kind of compensating through our lower back. We don't want to do that. Let's do 2 more here. Up and down. Last one here. Up and down. Great work. All right, we got to quack one more time before our final combo. Ready? Let's go. Quack one more time, then we'll grab a drink, and then we'll be on our final combo. Getting close to finishing up here. All right. Are we ready? Step, reach, quack. 1 minute. Let's go. Quack. Quack. It's not that I don't want to quack with you all, but everybody at home does not want me probably quacking in my microphone. So I'll let you do the quacking. Come on, don't forget those big side steps and that big torso rotation. Big, big, big. Halfway, come on. We get our last official break right after this before we start our final combo. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great work. Go ahead and relax it out. Grab a drink. If you're gonna sit down, just let that heart rate come down. I'll see you next week, Jim. Have a good one. Enjoy yoga this afternoon. All right, grab a quick drink if you need it. And then we're up for our final combo. All right, you guys are doing awesome. This is it. Final combo, 1 more set of abs, and then we'll grab a drink and stretch it out. All right, I won't even add a grand finale. If we have extra time, you get extra stretching. How about that? All right, that's my reward to you, my gift to you. All right, when you're ready, stand up. Let's go. Last round right here, our last combo right here. We're going to start with bum kicks, all right? So we did heels. We did knees. We did big side steps. Now we're going to bring those heels up to those bums right here. So this is 30 seconds to just get the hang of this. Figure out where you are in your space. You may kick the back of your chair. You may kick the back of your chair if you're in front, so just make sure you know where you are here. But this is what our legs are going to be doing. Nice big stretch through those quads that you just worked there, Carl. All right, you can call these hamstring curls too, right? We do bicep curls. It's kind of like hamstring curls for your hammies, back of your legs. All right, now we're going to add the second piece. That's our arm piece, and we're going to do some push-outs. So it looks like this: push, push. So as those heels come up, those arms go out right here. Push, push. There you go. Perfect. Perfect. Now a way to modify this a little bit is just to decrease the range of motion on those hamstrings. Way to challenge yourself is just to pick up that intensity by picking up that pace a little bit. All right, so now what I need you to think about as we finish out the last 15 seconds of this second round is I need you to be good sports, okay? Jen, I will be a good sport. Did you say won't, Diana? Oh, I think you will. I was like, that's not like you. You're always a good sport. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, who can tell me what the vowels are? I-O-U. We won't worry about why, right? A-E-I-O-U. We're going to work some face dexterity. All right, looks like this. A-E-I-O-U. All right? You told me you were going to be good sports, all right? A-E-I-O-U with those heel kicks or those bum kicks and those push-outs. All right, let's go. A-E-I-O-U. A-E-I-O-U. Let me see those faces move. Come on. E-I-O-U. A-E-I-O-U. Almost there. A-E-I-O-U. O, U. 2 more times. A, E, I, O, U. Last one. A, E, I, O, U. I know it's funny, but it is a great way for us to exercise those face muscles. All right, let that heart rate come down. One more set of abs. All right, so when you're ready, go ahead and have a seat. It is, great point. Carl said is very, very good for your voice as well. In fact, I think that's one of the voice exercises, isn't it? When you take the voice classes, I think that's one of the exercises. Oh, yes, we could even do that if we have some sopranos in the group. Yes. So that means the second round, the last round of this, we just got to get loud. All right. We ready? But before that, I just want you to work those obliques a little bit. So sitting on the edge of your seat with those arms nice and long. We've done these with weights. We're not going to do them with weights today. We're just going to rock the boat. So those arms are nice and long. And all I want you to do is just tip to one side. You don't have to touch. If you want to challenge yourself to do so, you can. Challenge that balance and then pull yourself right back up. And then we'll just alternate sides. All right. So just like anything else. So Diana, you can do these with weights too. Sometimes we'll do them with weights. Go ahead and stay where you are. But sometimes you can do them standing as well. But it's just a good way for us to just stabilize ourselves, not only through the center of that body, but also it helps with spatial awareness, just kind of moving your body in different ways. But you can always add weights to it. Like anything else, slowing it down, right? So sitting on one side and then pulling yourself back up. Let's go one more on each side. And adding that foot lift adds a little bit of element and then come back. You really need to be on the edge of your seat in order to get a full range of motion. Go ahead and shake it out. 2 more rounds of that. The other key to thinking about when you're doing that is not leaning forward, but simply leaning to the side. So keeping those shoulders back. All right, Iman's ready. Let's go. Second round. Let's do it. So again, if you can challenge yourself, I don't have super long arms, so I'm not doing very good at touching the ground. The only thing I don't want you to do is tip over, okay? But I mean, truth be told, I guess if you tipped over, it wouldn't be that far of a fall, right? I'm probably the one that's going to tip over here. Let's do one more each side. And then come back up. Last round here before we finish our final AEIOU round and stretch it out. I want you to focus on keeping those tummies tight for this one, all right? So I want you to pretend like you're putting on a really pair of tight pants, tucking those tummies in and holding those tummies in while we rock back and forth. Let's go. Tighten those tummies right here and pull yourself back up. Nice work. Relax it down or reach it down. Sorry, don't relax. And up. You got it. This is it. Get one more round of that combo, and then we're stretching it out. Let's do one more each side. And up, last one here. And up. All right, one more round of those combos, and then we're going to stretch it out. When you're finished, go ahead and just move away from your chair. Bum kicks, push-ups, AEIOU. We're going to increase that voice just a little bit. We're going to drive the office crazy, all right, for 1 minute. Our job. All right, are you ready? Bum kicks, we'll start with those. Add those push-outs, and let's go right here. AEIOU. 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 AEIO. 3 more times. Let's go. AEIOU. AEIOU. Last one. AEIOU. Nice work. Let that heart rate come down. If you want to walk it around for a second, you can. All we got left is stretching. That's it. Our part is over. Let that heart rate come down. There's water. If anybody wants to grab water, grab water. Once you feel that heart rate come down a little bit, go ahead and have a seat in your chair. We'll go ahead and all stretch in your chair. Even those of you at home can stretch in your chair. Great work. Kind of mix it up a little bit. Maybe take some weights out of it. Just use that body weight. Multitasking is important. All right. Once you're ready, you can go ahead and have a seat. I actually saved us a couple minutes so I can get a few more stretches in here, which is not usually my MO, so that's a bonus for you. All right, everybody okay? Start with that right leg. Let's extend it out in front of us. Without even doing anything else right now, I want you sitting up nice and tall. I want you to pull that toe towards you. Now what I want you to do is I just want you to take that foot and I want you to turn it out and back in. Out and in. Out and in. 2 more. Out and in. Out and in. Hinge at that waist and reach for that toe. If you can't touch your toe, that's totally fine. If you want to soften that knee a little bit, you can. Just want to make sure that you feel that nice big stretch in the back of those legs. Somebody asked earlier, is that you, Diana? It could have been Diana. Asked about holding stretches, how long you should hold stretches. Go ahead and hug that leg in right now. Same leg that you just stretched out, hug it in and rotate that ankle. 20 to 30 seconds is usually a pretty good gauge. If you're doing these at home, just make sure that you're breathing through them. Sometimes when we hold those static stretches, we have a tendency to hold our breath. So just make sure that you're breathing through it. And these are the kind of stretches that you should do after you've done some activity, whether it be walking or cleaning or something like that. These static stretches, which are these stretches where you hold the stretch. You really want to make sure those muscles are a little bit warmer. You wouldn't want to wake up and just do some static stretching. That's where that warm up comes in, warming up that body. Let's do the same thing on the other side. So we'll just pull that toe towards us and take that toe and put it out and in. Out and in. Out. It's a real small range of motion. We're just kind of twisting that toe out and in, out and in. Let's do it one more time. Out and in. Hinging at that waist. Let's reach for that toe. Mike, how long has it been since you've been able to do a complete workout from beginning to end? 8 weeks. Nice work. Feel good? Yeah, good. All right, hug that leg in for me here and rotate that ankle. All right, go ahead and set that foot down. Sit up nice and tall for me. We'll use the side of our leg or the outside of the chair. Let's everybody turn to the right and look over that right shoulder. Now I want you looking over that right shoulder. Where those eyes go, that body will follow, and I want a nice big stretch through the center of that body. Come back to center. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Looking over that other shoulder, nice and big rotation. And then we'll come back to center. All right, what I want everybody to do is put your arms out nice. We did a lot of shoulder work. I want to get those arms stretched out. So what you'll do now is I just want you to pull that right arm across your body. The left one will come up and under, and I just want you to kind of hug it in here. Nice big stretch through that shoulder. You can also rotate that wrist a little bit if you want to get a little movement in that wrist. right, relax those arms down. Let's do the same thing on the other side. So those arms come across. Left one comes up and over. Right one up and under. Just hug it in a little bit and paint with that wrist. All right, relax it down. Last thing I want to do before we finish with some neck rotations is I just want to get a long, big stretch through that midsection. So with those feet hip width apart, I'm going to have you reach down, and then I'm going to have you come up and get as tall as you can up top, right here. Nice and tall up top, really stretching out the center of that body. Let's do it again. Come down and up. And last one down. And as tall as you can get right here. And relax those arms down. Go ahead and finish with a couple neck rotations before we breathe it out. Big neck rotations all the way around. Make the biggest O you can with that head. Do 2 of them for me. 2 in one direction. Nice and big and slow. And then let's do 2 in the opposite direction. Big circles here. And then sitting straight up, we'll finish with those 2 deep breaths. In through that nose, out through the mouth. Let's count it out. I'll count it for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Get excited. This is it, y'all. Up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We did it. We did it. We did it. We did it. Nice work. See you guys next time. Quack, quack, quack. Yep. Nice work, y'all.